Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Adrienne Berry of Adrienne Berry Designs, and today I am creating number 10 in the series of Who I Am in Christ. If this is your first time here, I did 93 of these paintings back in 2020 during the pandemic, and I recently found them and thought that I would do a new version of it, or reviving of it, I guess. So today I am going to do the process start to finish. My last video, I had already had the collage made, but this time I am going to begin with the collage, my whole process beginning to end. So this is our inspiration today, and usually, like I said in the last video, I like to use the same colors that I did back in 2020, but I had this image of this girl and I like her, and she kind of looked like an ambassador to me, so this is the one I'm going to go with today. So what I do first is I use Arches watercolor paper. You can get this any craft store. I get it from Amazon if it's available, or like Dick Blick. They have good prices. So I am not an affiliate of any of those companies. So, but it's 140-pound cold press watercolor paper, and to me, it's just it's thick and sturdy, and it really takes anything that you put on it really well. And I've used a bunch of different watercolor papers, and I know this is much more pricey, but to me it's worth it. This is one of those things that you don't skip on when it comes to art supplies. So the pad that I'm using is 9x12, but I like to do these collages that I'm doing in 8x10. So the first thing that I do is cut the paper down to 8x10. And I'm going to try to be careful today, as yesterday I sliced my finger open. So we are going to try and not do that today. Let's see here, get our ruler. So this way we're gonna make it 10. And I kind of have to stand up for this. I just feel like when I stand up, I can press down harder and kind of make sure I don't slice my finger off. And these, I've been keeping this excess, and I have been starting to make bookmarks, because it's like the perfect size to do a bookmark. I was gonna say a birthmark. And then this way we're gonna do 8, and this side doesn't give us as much excess off, so it's just gonna be a scrap. Not really anything you can do anything with, unless of course you like a really skinny bookmark. I guess you could do that. Just kind of, there it goes, it'll pop. Okay, so I've got my 8x10, and then this is my background, and then we do the double tack, which I spoke about this in the last video. I'll get a pack real quick to show you. Double tack mounting film made by Graphics. I am not an affiliate, an ambassador, anything like that. Again, you can get this off Amazon or Dick Blick. So, and I could do my collage right down on here, but then I would have to use gel medium, which it gets really messy, which I have some on my hands right now. But I like that this is a sticky surface, and I can just do the collage right on here and then stick it right onto my paper. So this is 9x12 as well. And what I do with this is I just split it in half. So we're gonna go to 6. So I'll have 2 pieces of 6. And sometimes I do the collage on the whole sheet and then cut it. But I'll just show you the whole process I've been doing for these collages. Okay. So these are 6. And then I believe I have to cut them down. Yeah, these have to be 8 for it to fit evenly on the watercolor paper. So I'm gonna cut off here. Okay, and again, this can be used excess. So yeah, that's good. Okay, hopefully I don't need that anymore. So then what I do is I start gathering elements for the collage. And I usually set that aside. Now I have 2 containers of scrap papers. These I call like my white and blacks. And then these are more like older vintage papers, you know, with this yellowish tint. But today I thought I would do white and blacks. So let's see what we got. And I have many scraps. Oh, I have to do our scripture. So it's 2 Corinthians 5:20. I am God's ambassador. That's what we're doing today. So the scripture for this is, so we are Christ's ambassadors. God is making his appeal through us. We speak for Christ when we plead, come back to God. And this is the New Living Translation. I usually go on to Bible Gateway and I do different versions to see which one I like. And so this is the one that I picked for this. So I have to write it on a better piece of paper. So I've just got tons of stuff here. I've got tissue paper. I've got some Tim Holtz tissue papers, which I always add some of those because I like the transparency. And this is a good paper. I'll probably write the scripture on. So I've just got a bunch of different, I'll probably use that. I always like to put song sheets. And this is when, oh, praise the Lord. So I'll probably use some of this in there. I'll just leave that out. You know, any kind of little scraps, shapes. These are some that stencils that I did. We'll just leave some of those out and see what happens. These are like one of my favorite things to use. These are the inside of envelopes that you get in the mail. When you get mail, like for a bill and they give you a return envelope, that's what this is. So I always collect those. See, here's a little... so I've got a couple of those. I've got a map image. That's kind of neat. Some little notebook paper thing. Let's see. Here's another envelope. And another thing that I love using is, see, here's on my envelope. Oh, there's another number. I'm always collecting the numbers. What is this called? Pattern paper from making dresses. It just gives it another element of texture, and then you can see through the papers that you already put down, which I like that. Let's see what else. I've got tons of tissue in here. Some paper. And another thing that I like to do is, if at all possible, find the word that I'm using. I have these little dictionary pages. I got these, I think I got these from Amazon. And sometimes I can find the word in here that I'm using, which is ambassador. But this is very limited as to what is in here. See, we just went from A, D, amaze. That's like the last thing with an A and an M. So if I can't find that, that's okay. It's not the end of the world. So let's see. I'm going to keep these. This. And another paper. I think I had some of this that I wanted to use. And these. And then just put these here so I can see everything. Oh, then I write the scripture down on a piece of paper with a better marker. So let's see here. And this is like my scribble writing. This isn't like my best writing. I've kind of gotten in the habit of writing this way for these scriptures, and I like it. Yes, I am a lefty. I speak. And we plead. All right. I don't care if it's not perfect. Okay, and then I just usually tear that and try to incorporate it somehow in the collage. Okay. So now we're going to peel off one side of the backer. And it's like, I can never get it started. Okay, there we go. Here we go. This stuff is super, super, super sticky. So when you put it down, it's down, and you gotta be ready. So wherever you wanna put stuff. And I usually, ooh, let me look at my girl. She's gonna go on this side. So that means I'm gonna want this to be exposed so you can read it. So let's see, let's just start. Let's just start with it. It is super, super sticky. These old pages are very, very delicate. Very thin. And I try to kind of keep her in mind as I'm going. See it touched. It's okay if I go off the sides because I can cut that off. And so see, now this is not sticky here. So I'm gonna have to glue that down. So that happens a lot as I'm going. I already think I'm gonna put this way. So everywhere it's overlapping, I'm gonna have to glue those bits down. Let's see, there were some crosses here. I kind of like those. Yes, no, maybe so. Okay, yeah, I want something more bold right there. And then I think I'm just gonna do that there. Just whatever you think is gonna work. I try really not to think about it a lot when I'm doing this. I just wanna kind of hurry up and get it down so that I can focus. Oh, this was a piece from another collage I did. That's already got, but it would be neat. You know, I could put that right there. Let's do it. Why not? Let's see how this goes. The sticky on the sticky. Let's just see. Actually, I'm trying not to get my head in the camera and do this at the same time. Oh yeah, I like that. Okay. Let's do a little bit of that map. Okay, I've got some sticky there, and I'll show you what I do with that to kind of take care of that. I think I want to do some more of this envelope stuff here, so we'll do that. Okay, so that's pretty much it. It doesn't really take long to do that. Just throw it down. And then, of course, I save all the excess for the next collages because you just never know. I was thinking I was going to use that, but maybe not. I think I know what I'm going to do. I'll show you. So I've got a couple of pieces where I can see the sticky through there. And there's a lot of white space here, so I think I'm going to glue this here. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's get this stuff glued down. So I am using Golden Extra Heavy Gel Gloss. You can really use any type of gel medium. They all stick to me. I guess it's just how you want the finish to look, because as you'll see, I glue underneath and then I glue on top too. So this will have a little bit of gloss to it. So you might just have to be mindful when you're using gel medium. So we're gonna go ahead and get a glob here if I can. And I'm just going to put this all up and down here and put this piece down. Okay, and so then I'm going to go around, and wherever paper was sticking up, see down there, I got to get it all under there. And then under here. And I do it underneath and on the top just to like get a sure sticking, I guess. I don't know. See, and even like around the edges where it didn't stick. This over here, I know this didn't stick down, so we got to get that down. Shove it under there. And then go on top. And you really got to press it down because you don't want those bubbles. See right here, that looks like that's going to be a bubble. So just kind of, I can see it's coming up. I love gel medium. It's like my favorite type of glue. I don't like the Mod Podge. It stinks to me. I don't like that smell. I've tried using it. Yeah, it's like more liquidy, but I don't like the smell. It's like a chemical smell to it. And these gel mediums have no smell. See, I can see the bubbles. Gotta get rid of the bubbles. That one is still... let's see where else. I think here we had some. Of course, when you're doing words and writing, you want to make sure you use a permanent pen, archival ink, so that it won't fade. Okie dokie. I mean, there's a couple wrinkles, and it's like not the end of the world because it just gives it some texture. Okay, so where there were some spots, Ah, I didn't mean to do that. So it's gonna stick there because there was some exposed tack. So it'll stick there, but then I gotta glue the rest of it down. And you really don't need a lot for tissue paper because it's so thin, so delicate. And this can tear if you're not careful. If you press really hard on it. Let's see where else. Oh, I kind of like, this is what I like about these sewing patterns. I like the lines and the arrows and things. So I don't really need, let's do about this much. I'm gonna cut it down because the more I put down, the more I'm gonna have to glue down. Okay. Done with our papers. So, oh, I kind of put it on the sticky part. Oh well, it's not the end of the world. See, I like that. Just gives it more. Okay. And then the last thing I like to do is, this is just a cork that I have and it gives it some extra pop. So this is 2 Corinthians 5:20 and I like to put the numbers. So it kind of, it gives it some pop on the piece, and then it also kind of makes the viewer think like, what do those numbers mean? Well, I kind of covered it up here. So then I go to my trusty number stash here. And these tissues are from Tim Holtz. And I might have enough. So 2 Corinthians. Ooh, I've got enough big ones this time. That's good. I'm gonna have to get some more of these. 2 Corinthians 5. 2. We'll use, I've already got a 0. Okay. Okay. So then it's like, where am I going to put them? Let's just do it. I don't want to think about it too much. I'm going to put this 2 up here. See, that tissue. You got to be careful. Okay, and then the 520, my girl is going here. I think we're just gonna go like this. I'm gonna put them here. It's just a thing I have with the numbers. Then the 0. Okay. There we go. So then, you can let this dry, but I usually keep working with it even though it's wet. But I do go and I trim wherever I went over the sides. The tissue. I think I just cut part of the collage there. It's okay. It's okay. All right. There we go, all clean and tidy. So then what we're gonna do is, I've got my watercolor paper. That's gonna go on there. My girl's gonna go here. And this is when I usually decide what I wanna do. I like to put things in the corners, some color to draw it in with the image. And then I usually put washi tape around the trim here. And I don't know. So I've got some yellows and reds in there. This might be too bright. I was looking at these on the other collage I just did. This is a peach. No peach. You know, it just all depends. Like, do I want it to pop? How much do I want it to pop? You know? And I like it because it gives it a contrast. It's like just more pattern. I was just talking about this in yesterday's video that I did. I do not like yellow. And I really, oh, look, this has got some red in it. And she's got some red in there. What do we think? I am torn on this one. Usually I can pick something, I'm like, yep, that's it. But I'm not feeling anything. You know, I could do one of these tapes that I have. It looks like a scroll or a vintage paper. I don't know. Oh, look at this copper. Too bad this is Christmas looking, because I would probably, these are all Christmassy. I don't know. What do I do? And sometimes I just do a black. Gosh, I'm torn on this one. Okay, let's decide here. We're not doing the copper. I've got that one. It's kind of got that orange in there. You know what, let's look at our, I know that I'm using these. This is where I get all indecisive. These are some PET stickers, and they have these, I don't really like them for the flowers. I've used them a couple times, but it's these cloud bursts that I like. And I have just a couple left. See, I put them up there or down here in the corner. And so I thought I was going to use them for this one. So this has kind of got green in it. These are kind of browns. I was thinking putting these out would maybe help me decide. You just put them on a white background and you can really see. I think this one's too brown, so I think we're not going to do that. We might just do these two. And I'm going to split them for both sides. I am really torn here. What do I do? I know this is like so odd and it doesn't really go, but it'll really give it a pop around the border. And you know what? I'm looking at that rose and I know that that was red. This was an image and I did on my gel plate. I put down some yellow paint and then put this down and pulled it up so it gave it like a tint. But I think I might color in that rose, so I think I'm gonna do this. Okay, let's just go for it. Sometimes you just don't overthink this stuff and just do it. So let's see, let's go a little crazy. And also like red, again, red's like not really my favorite color either. I'm lean more towards blues and greens. Okay, so let's see. Try to get this even on here because I'm going to, well, that's interesting. You can really see through it. Let's just do it. You know, I don't know if I can peel it off. It's not really even. Because I try to see. Ooh. Okay, you know, we're just going to leave it. It's tearing off at the end there. Okay, forget it. We're just going to. I'll just do another piece. Usually I cut the top piece off and then I put it down on the bottom to save. But I've got 2 of the squiggles down there, so I'm going to try to do the same thing down here. Just to keep it consistent. Okay, and it was a little slightly up like that. Okay. So I'm being a little bit wasteful today, which I don't usually like doing. I really try to save as much waste. I try not to waste, I mean. But I guess that's how it's going to be for this one. Ooh. I just looked down at a journal I have on the ground, and that excess would have looked good on that journal. Let's see, maybe we'll save this excess. Okay. Let's do that. And then I'm gonna cut. I don't want it to overlap here. A little bit's okay. Okay. Actually, the more I'm doing it now, the more I'm putting it down and thinking I'm gonna like it. See, that's what happens. You don't know until you try if you're gonna like it. And I probably should have maybe just done the 1 loop. I think this 2 loop might be overkill. But we're already doing it, so let's just keep going. Let's just keep going. Okay, here. Then we're gonna take that off. Sticking, sticking, sticking. Okay, so then okay, there we go. So that's all done, and we're going to take our bone folder and just go over that, press it down really good. Okay, now we'll see what we're going to do with the corners. Okay, so let's see here. This is how it will be. She will be here. Just move that out of the way. You know, I think this is going to be a no. Now that I'm seeing this, I think I need to do like yellow and red, maybe paint. Let's make sure I have a pen first. Yes, I do have a red. So we can tie that in. And maybe some gold. So now, where's our trusty little watercolors from Italy? These are my A Gallo watercolors, handmade watercolors. So I've got red, I've got a ruby red, and a red oxide and a yellow. I'm struggling a little bit on this one. Let's see here. Let's see what it looks like. Let us see, let us see. Everything is sticking. I have used this little scrap for so many things. Let's see what the red looks like. Pretty, pretty. And of course, with watercolor, you can go darker or lighter. Oh, that's going to be more on the brown side. I don't think we want that one. Let's look at the yellow. I just used yellow yesterday, but I'm thinking I might use yellow again because I said I wanted to highlight the heart. But then I'm wondering what little accents. I wonder if I'll do stamps again like I did yesterday. Maybe red, maybe red. Okay, okay, let's do it, let's do it. So yellow, I think I'm gonna stick with the yellow. Make sure I do the right corners this time after yesterday's fiasco. My image is going here. So if you know anything about watercolor, lighter first, and then you can always darken it up. A lot of water in there. Let's get a paper towel. Paper towel. I like to go light to dark. So let's just do a little bit yellow. Just roll it around. This is just my pattern for now. This is how I've been doing the paintings and I like it. It might change, you know. I might, this is number 10. So I might get a little bit down the road. I've got 93 to do. That is the challenge to myself. And I might get down the road and be like, you know what, I'm tired of these collages. Let's explore something else. But for now, this is what it is. So I'm thinking, just, where's our girl at? Here she is. Just wanting to look here. I wonder if I put in a little bit of that red oxide. Maybe some more water. I think I like that. Yeah, I think I'm liking that now. Because I feel like that's pulling in the color from there. I need more water, water, water. Just smear it around. Oh, great. Now I gotta brush hair in there. Let's get more of that oxide. Kind of gives it like a rust look. I forgot to get my scrap piece of paper because I got to do my splatters. I love a good splatter. Just kind of letting it spread with the water that's already on the paper. And I'm gonna more water. Feel like I need more yellow. Kind of losing the yellow a little bit. I'm liking this corner better than the other corner. I feel like that's too much yellow up there. Get back to the oxide. Struggling. Am I happy with that? Okay, I think that might be it. Okay, so I hit it with the heat gun a little bit. And then I think I am gonna do stamps. Let's see here. And I'm thinking about doing it in red. Okay, let's see what we got here. And again, this is almost like the warrior I did the other day. If I can find some of my stamps that kind of complement her jewelry. Let's see what we have. Circles are always good. I love my circles. Maybe we could do this one. I like that because that looks like her jewelry there. I like that one. And then that maybe with some circles. Maybe we'll do ovals today since we did circles yesterday. One of these. Let us see. Let's get on our block. And then it looks like we have for red, barn door and fired brick. Okay. test them out. Let's see here. We'll do this one first. Let's put that aside so we don't destroy that. And I need a piece of scrap. I've got some extra watercolor here. So let's do barn door and see how that looks. Ooh, I like it. I thought that one was going to be lighter. And this is fired brick. Awesome. It's a little more darker. Let's try this. Let's do it with the circle and see how it looks with the circle. So this is fired brick. And then barn door. I mean, they look really close. But I think I'm going to do barn door because I think that goes better, excuse me, with the paper. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it, let's do it. And I want to do the dots first. I think I'm on the wrong side. Kind of curved a little bit, but then I was just thinking, like, I guess you could, look, you can make it curve. Look at that. I can make it curve if I want. Maybe I should do that instead of straight lines. Because I am about circles and curves, and let's see how that looks. I think I'm liking that. Not that it matters about protecting my table at this point, but yeah, stick with your gut. And I can tell my watercolor's not dry all the way because the stamp is like actually running a little bit. So it's okay, it's okay. Like I said in my last video, I like threes. I have a thing about threes, doing things in threes. Okay, and then, you know what I'm thinking? I'm looking at that curve in there. See this curve? Maybe I'll do that as an accent. Let's keep going with the red. Okay, what shall we do? What shall we do? There. Okay. And then the little curve. What did I do with it? I was about to say I lost it that fast. Let's see what we got here. Just a little line. Ah! Oh, that's okay. It's almost like a confetti. Boop. Then one more. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Okay, we're done with stamping, but then I gotta do my paint splatters. And let's flip our girl upside down so we don't accidentally get her. I feel like I need another piece of paper. So let's do it. Because yesterday I got splats all over and I don't really want to do that again. Let's get some of that red. Getting it more on the scrap paper than I am the that's enough. I'm not even gonna think about it anymore. And then here, trying to not get the little bit more. Okay, happy. And yes, I know I get it all over my table. I am messy. And I actually got it on this. And that's okay if it's on the bottom. Okay. So I think that's good. I think that's good. And I think I need to hit it with the heat gun again. Just a little bit. It's gonna really take a minute for those to dry. So let's go ahead and we're gonna peel this off now. So like I said before, these are double-sided tack. So we already used the one side and now we're taking off. And this is what's really neat. You can see and I need my ruler to make sure. It's just gonna go on the wet paint. It's just gonna have to. And that's it. When you got it, put it down. And let's just do the bone folder. Make sure it's all sticking. especially the edges. See what I just did? Let's see if we can hurry up and get that up. Good old watercolor. I did it twice. Usually if you get some water on there real quick, you can pick it up. Making more of a mess. And then this other one that I did here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that up. Sometimes I can get it up if you get it fast enough, but I think I missed the boat. If anyone has tips on how to do that, let me know. Okay, I don't want to destroy the paper. Okay, so now we gotta glue our girl down. I like that. I think it looks good. Oh, before we do that, I always forget this. Let's get our title. Which way do I want to rip? I want to rip it this way, right? So all I do with these is I type these up on my computer and then print them out. Let's see here. And then this way. Oh, we've got too much there. Take a little bit more off. See how this goes. Okay. So then I usually do something like that. Well, I mean, she's definitely going here. I'm not changing that, so it's got to go up this way somewhere. I like the two showing, or I could cover it a little bit. Yep, we're gonna go right there. So I'm going to use gel medium again to glue her down. Try to get a big glob of it on here because I really want this to be even. I don't want any bubbles. No bubbles. Just brushing the excess off on my paper. Okay, girl. Come on, ambassador lady. And then just getting around. Trying to press it down a little bit. There. Don't want to mess with it too much because I don't want to take the yellow paint off. And so then for this, we do the archival ink on the edges just to give it some more depth. Sure, there's another way to do this, but this is how I've always done it. When I want my edges to be black, I just take the ink pad right to it. I know they have those little blenders and things, and I actually have the blenders, but I just want it on the edges. I don't want it anywhere else. Okay. Good amount of glue. don't know, I was just thinking I wouldn't mind if it went over a little bit. Just some under there. I think over here. Okay, I like it. I almost feel like she needs an outline or something. I don't usually do that on these, but I'm kind of feeling like I might do it with this one. This is a Stabilo pencil, and you can wet these. You know what? I might do my thing that I used to do on these old paintings I used to do when I would do edges. I think I'm just going for it. Just not even thinking about it. I'm just going with what my gut is saying to do. This kind of gives a neat shadow. Like an extra pop. So what you can do is you can wet these. So it gives it a little bit of, see that? Blending, gives a neat blending effect. Which I like this. Then I might do my pen work that I used to do. Let's see here. Yep. See, gives a little bit of oomph. Oh, bubbles. Okay, so then the rose. You know what, maybe we should do a paint pen. I don't think that's ready. Let's see. Sorry, had to get my pens. Oh, this one has two reds. Ooh, maybe we should do this one. Let's see. Got a light red. Ooh, and a dark red. And looks like we need some white in there. Okay, so let's just start. I kind of want to put the white down. I don't want to lose those lines. See those highlights? And then I can see where the darker red is. So if I put the dark, you know what, there's nothing I can do about this. I cannot go back. Can't take it off now. I don't think I have that one ready. That's not ready, so I'm not even gonna. This is really dark. just go over. Is it looking like a rose? And then I think I was going to do, it looks like her earrings are black. I'm going to go over these jewels on her head and just give this a little bit of a pop. Then we've got these little teardrops, it looks like. And then the same thing here with the earring. Looks like that is black. Looks like it was black and gold. And then try to do her necklaces. Looks like she's wearing a couple. Maybe a bracelet. I can see she's got something there. Let's just go ahead and do that. Oh, it looks like this thing comes down more. We could do the red there. We could do these red. Who cares if they were black? Ooh, this is pink. Oh my gosh. I thought it was red. Well, there you go, folks. Yeah, that's pink. Interesting, because on here, because I have a pink, I mean, this looks like that. Maybe I have to shake up this one and get it working. I got these for Christmas. So I have like every size Posca pen now. I'm so happy. Ay, ay, ay. I did not know that was going to come out that big. Pink. And look, I've been testing everything else up to this point, and then I don't test that. What is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? It takes these things forever to get going. Okay, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. Okay, can we go over the pink, do you think? I think it's working. It's working. I always think of Anakin Skywalker when he gets that little car going. It's working. Okay, and then let's do this big bracelet here. Okay, what do we think? I'm sure my rose doesn't really look like a rose. What do we think? What do we think? I see this little pattern on her dress or something here. Do some of that. Add some gold here. Add some gold, 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 gold. So what are we thinking? This is my second video where I have talked through the process. So if you have watched my other videos and you're watching this, what is your opinion? Do you think I should talk as I do my process, or should I just shut up and do music? Like, you are not a good talker, Adrienne, so just stick to that music, girlfriend. Let me know. I'm interested. I welcome feedback because I have no idea what I'm doing on YouTube. I've just started this year. So I welcome the feedback. I welcome the comments. I hope that you will like it and subscribe because I have 83 more of these that I'm going to do. And share it. I think we are done, everybody. I think we're done. We're going to call it done. So there we go. Thanks for watching.